Mark, what was that weird breakfast you were telling us about one day? You said it was very common over there, and
Oh, omurice.
what is that?
Basically omelet rice. So basically, you get your rice. Usually, it's like a fried rice, and then you put like basically an omelet on top of it, or if like an egg, and then to top off this omelet, you use uh, ketchup and mayonnaise. So it's ketchup, mayonnaise, egg, and rice. And you thought, well, that's pretty unhealthy because like there's a lot of ingredients on top of unhealthy ingredients, but it, it's a good start to the day.
Nothing
Very
like some
good.
ketchup and mayonnaise on top of my omelet to start the day.
And
That,
rice.
however, does make the bidet a lot more useful of an invention at night.
Whenever I answer the phone, I'm like, hello.
What pissed you off?
It's a great argument to have.
I love my mom, but I think she's half crazy for doing that.
How dare you?
Do you work with your girlfriend, Mark? Or your wife, Mark?
I keep them separated. Sometimes I call people, they don't answer the phone. I'm like,
Wrong number, click.
Well, he's not that smart. But sometimes he sounds like he knows what he's doing.
yeah.
Go.
Therefore, you're an ass, and I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Yeah, but what do we know?
The other day I was, do you guys ever cook with olive oil?
All
Yes.
the time.
Have you ever grilled? Do you grill with olive oil at all?
Define.
Always. Almost always.
So I do too. And my wife's grandparents were over here, and her grandpa was outside, and I was grilling up some burgers, and I just coated them in some olive oil for two reasons: A, it doesn't stick as much to the grill, and B, I like the flavor. So he's out there talking to me, and like I'm grilling, and I'm thinking, well, I gotta impress this guy. He's old and he knows about grilling, and so I gotta make these burgers real well. Something happened to the point where I don't know, I must have had too much olive oil built up, and the grill kept getting hotter and hotter, and I was turning the gas down, and it got up to 600 degrees, which is the max that my temperature gauge goes to. And I'm like, the outside of the burgers were completely just like hockey puck black, and the insides were still raw because it was awful. So I take the burgers off. Finally, I get like the internal temperature close enough. I take the burgers off.
Did you keep the charcoal pucks on the grill until the internal temperature was fine?
I did. I absolutely did. It was for meat, so it had to work. So I took them off. And then the grill was still on fire, like the whole thing was on fire. And I was just like,
How much olive oil did you use?
it was way too much. I was being a little lazy, and I just slopped them into this bowl. And anyway, yeah, that was a disaster.
So was he impressed?
Actually, well, so we got we got two different types of burgers. One was bacon and cheese, and then he and I had blue cheeseburgers. Ours were done real quick. Ours were thinner, but the girls, his wife and my wife, theirs were terrible.
Did you buy those from Kroger? Do you have Kroger now?
No, I love Kroger. I miss Kroger. We have Publix.
Oh. Kroger has like those pre-made in their meat. sticks.
I bought them pre-made. But I still screwed it up.
So
Most things.
I want to go back to something here. Burgers coated in olive oil.
Yeah,
I've never even heard of this before.
It's good. It is good.
it is good.
I mean,
I used to fill like a turkey burger. I would put olive oil in the middle and add some spices. That way, it just all sticks to it. You throw it on the grill, and it's good to go.
So, I've never oiled my meat. Wait,
yeah, I thought you would oil
that sounds funny.
yeah.
I've never oiled the burgers when I was about to put them on the grill.
What a liar.
But no, I don't think I ever have done that before. I cook with olive oil, but I mean in like foil packs. I'll put potatoes in there and olive oil and spices and stuff and throw them on the grill. I never thought to actually oil the burger itself.
I started doing it as a way to like reduce the sugar and like basic bad fat intake that you get with most marinades. So I would just I'd take olive oil and baste my chicken in it, and then I'd add a spice to it, and then it's good to go, and I don't have to marinate. And those marinades are just, all processed and loaded with crap. So that way, it's just simple spices and olive oil and chicken.
You, oh, okay, you're talking about marinating your chicken, not your burgers.
Well, that's what I did the same thing with burgers, just because
Right.
olive oil
You do the
is a
same
good
thing.
fat. It's good for you, so
Hmm.
it's great to have on your food.
Maybe I don't do as fancy of burgers as you do, but usually
It's
it's
not,
just meat and salt and pepper for me.
I mean,
All
it's
the
really
skills that I
it's
learned from
one
McDonald's.
extra step. I just put olive oil on the outside. It's not that fancy. Trust me.
Well, and
Right.
somehow
Oh,
you caught the burgers themselves on fire, apparently.
Well,
And,
yeah, so I don't know.
and they turned into hockey pucks, like for the NHL or something. So, I mean, it's got to be some fancy thing you're doing here.
I think after repeatedly cooking with olive oil and not cleaning the grill, it finally had it. And of course, when I'm trying to impress my grandfather-in-law is when it catches fire. It was
Yeah.
terrifying, honestly.
But it really does make a good burger. Like olive oil does make it. I can attest to that.
I'm going to have to try that next time. I never even thought about doing that before.
Hmm. And like you said, like it's a good fat. So if you're trying to eat healthy, um, and especially like if you're doing turkey burgers or something like that, like you can't beat it
If
because
you
the
want to.
spices will still stick to it, but
So,
it's a good kind of oil.
what do you think about olive oil and the fact of how much it tastes like olives?
I don't think it tastes like olives.
I agree completely because I hate olives.
I hate olives too.
And
Yeah.
I think olive oil is fine. Olive oil is big around here. There's a bunch of olive oil stores that you can go get all these different infused
Fancy.
olive
Yes.
oils and
Yeah,
stuff.
Yeah.
infused olive
Well,
oils.
and we went to one, and Julia was really into like wanting some olive oil stuff, and like we went into this place, and the guy was giving samples, and most of the stuff he had, he was like, try a sample of this, and it was like you dip a little piece of bread in this olive oil that he would tell you what kind it was, and it was one of their pure olive oils, and it was just straight up olive flavor in my mouth, and I was like, that is like the most disgusting olive oil in the world. But in theory, I guess that's really olive oil. Like any olive oil I've ever had just bought from the store never has tasted like olives to me.
Right. There was an article talking about how a lot of olive oil has a very small percentage of actual olive oil in it. Like a lot of them are just like whatever cheap oil plus, maybe even no olive oil to it.
So what kind of oil is it then?
I don't know exactly because I think they would probably use palm oil or something that's cheaper. But yeah, I think
Wouldn't that
they
take
did
away its healthy properties?
Yeah, I don't know if you can do that.
no, they were saying that there are a lot of like olive oil isn't really olive, and they just advertise it. And I think it's sort of allowed in the States more than other countries, like Greece. It probably wouldn't, but
You know what? While we're having this conversation, I'm sure we have a giant bottle of olive oil upstairs. I could run and get it and see what the ingredients are.
I do too, and
I would hope so.
I want to see.
Okay.
All right, I'll be right back.
We should actually take
But
a break while
anyways,
we do this.
Clean that off.
Back to the topic at
Olive oil
hand.
talk.
Olive oil.
Hot olive oil talk.
I feel like we're that Saturday Night Live thing, like what do they call their show? The Delicious Eats or whatever, and they were just the bakers, and they talked in that. This is the PBS show,
Yes.
The Delicious Eats, and we're gonna talk about something delicious. I can't remember what the hell did they call that. I'm glad that you knew what it was, Brian, because nobody else seems to. They seem to be like looking blankly at the screen. Either way, olive
Not
oil.
good.
What were we trying to figure out? And whose is bigger, by the way? Who's my olive oil?
I have. Well,
Oh,
Right.
uh-oh, Brian and I
Wow.
go to the same olive oil type of store.
I
My
got
go-
3
Olive
liters,
oil?
Jeff.
I have
Right.
extra light olive oil.
Oh, you got the fancy stuff.
Whoa!
Why do you have so many different kinds?
Mine is biggest.
No, I don't think. How many liters do you have?
Let's see.
3.
I
Mine
got
definitely
3 liters as well.
Mine definitely contains olives because it says at the bottom of this label it contains select high quality olives from Argentina, Chile, Spain, Greece, Italy, Morocco, Tunisia, and Turkey.
So that was why I brought all of these different kinds because I thought maybe one would be more olive oily than the other.
But it does not have an ingredients list at all.
Mine does.
I
Right.
I
Right.
have
It says
ingredients lists on all three of mine.
Mine,
extra virgin olive oil. That's my ingredients.
That's it.
Yes.
What brand is it?
This is from Sam's Club. Can you read it?
Okay. Extra
Uh,
virgin olive oil from
yes.
Italy, Greece, Spain, and Tuscany, bottled in Italy. Okay. So, anyways, one of the things that I heard is a lot of these oils are promoted as olive oil or extra virgin olive oil, but then it goes through channels, so it's not necessarily is olive oil. They just promote it as olive oils, and then when it goes through different companies, how are they going to check to make sure that it's like 100% pure olive oil?
And going through all those channels, I doubt by the time it comes out the other side that it's really truly a virgin anymore.
Well, I have to say, I have this spray olive oil, which, like, if we were all taking bets, I think all of us would assume that this would be the least likely to be only olive oil.
I would agree.
And we would all be correct in that. The ingredients are organic extra virgin olive oil, organic grain alcohol, which is added for clarity, and organic soy lecithin, which prevents sticking, and a propellant.
Yeah, it's probably for the spray bottle. Um,
Right, right,
Right,
exactly.
it could be
That's
sprayed.
the spray part of it. However, the other two, I have the extra light tasting olive oil, which is like for frying and dipping and all that kind of stuff. And I have the extra virgin olive oil. But both of those, the only ingredients are extra virgin olive oil.
Does it actually have an ingredient section?
Yeah, yeah.
I wonder why this one does not. Maybe it just assumes that by saying that it contains all
Yeah.
those olives, that's
Um,
the ingredient section.
Let
now,
me see.
now, here's the thing, right? You went to this place, Jeff, that said
Got
100%
Yeah.
olive oil,
Got it.
right? And you said it had this very strong olive oil, like olive
A
flavor.
very strong olive flavor, correct.
And then a majority of the olive oils that you have consumed before,
Do not. Like this one, if I
Do not.
taste a little bit of just this, like
right?
just get some out of the lid here.
Take a
It's
shot.
like it's actually like salty. A little bit of a salty flavor. Like there's no olive mix in there at all that I'm getting. I'm not getting any form of olive flavor with that
Right.
at all. So I would believe you that it's not truly olive oil, that it's something else. If that's really what people have been
But-
saying, I would believe that.
How would you filter
Olives-
out the olive
kind of
flavor?
olives are sort of salty on their own, though.
True. Olives are kind of salty. But yeah, how would you get the olive? Well, you get the olive flavor out of there if it wasn't truly olive oil. If most of it was made of some other type of oil.
Well, I mean, the question would be, Mike, if you bought, let's say, coconut oil and you tasted it and it didn't taste really much like coconuts, would you think that you actually had 100% coconut oil, or you basically got scammed?
Mm, I I don't. I can't imagine a scenario where I buy coconut oil, but
Well,
guess
10
I
years ago,
just-
I would never imagine a scenario I'd buy olive oil over just straight
yeah,
up
I was gonna
vegetable
say.
oil
I
either.
guess 15 years ago, Mike would not imagine a scenario where he had three different versions of olive oil readily available in his kitchen either. But
15 years
Um,
ago, Jeff just had a jug of McDonald's oil sitting in my kitchen for
Right.
no reason. I don't know how it got there. But
exactly. So, I mean, I guess if you want to get right down to it, can I attest that olive oil tastes like olive oil because it was squished from olives? No, I know what olive oil tastes like because all the olive oils I've ever tasted have tasted similar. But
Right.
I mean, I've never physically seen someone squish down some olives and put it in a jar
Well-
and send it to, Meyer.
Well, I mean, you know what chocolate tastes like, but a lot of the chocolate that you eat, it doesn't taste anything like what actual.
Well, that's
Like cocoa bean.
that's different though. Yeah, because cacao or whatever
It's
it is.
processed.
Yeah, it's there's a whole process for like percentage sweetness and all that stuff that they mix it with. I mean,
But vast majority of that is just sugar.
true, which is why chocolate is
Right.
so sweet and delicious.
Yeah. So I mean,
So I'm
like
sure
the
there's a
olive oil,
process that olive oil goes through as well that varies greatly from
right?
one
Which
process.
I'm saying is mostly non-olive oil with a little bit of olive oil, and then you have your mix.
So, but I hate olives. Do you guys hate olives?
Yeah, I
I
don't
like
really like.
And is olives or is olive oil from black olives or from green olives? Is there a difference?
I would assume green. It tastes
See,
like green.
I would assume black just because the picture
Why?
on the front of my olive oil is black.
Black olives taste
See?
like nothing to me.
Picture of black
I-
olives.
No, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it's from green olives. Black olives are actually the ripened green olives. So black olives and green olives are just different
Right.
stages of ripeness for olives.
Bless you.
That was powerful, sir.
Yeah, I tried to mute it before I sneezed, but I didn't make it.
See, olives are one of those things that I eat every opportunity I get because I assume there's a reason that I don't like them and it's an acquired taste. That
Right.
I will eventually acquire it if I eat it because people love olives. And
I like
I'm always like, nope, still hate olives.
You feel that way for both black and green?
Correct. Hate both black and green olives.
My family, like, I can feed black olives, like, out of the can to everyone. My kids, like, my 1.5-year-old will eat black olives out of the can. Like, every time I make pizza or tacos or whatever that has black olives on it, both of them come running up to me as I'm cutting up black olives and want a whole one to just eat. Green olives, now that's a little tougher sell, but I like green olives and stuff. So, I don't know. I just like olives.
So when you order olives on a pizza, because I don't do this that often because I don't like
I like
olives.
olives.
Now, do they usually have green olives and black olives, or is it just olives? Because you usually hear people saying, like, what do you want on your pizza? Oh, I like olives. But they don't
Typically
specify.
black, isn't it?
I don't know.
I was going to say, I think, like, default is black olives. But
Yeah.
there are some places, like, and especially, like, sort of like bar pizzas and stuff like that will have green olives.
Hmm.
I'm wondering if I ordered a Supreme Pizza right now, what
From
would
where?
it show up with? Like
Do
Papa
it.
John's.
Do it now. Do it now.
Papa John's actually probably has both. I'm going to go to the
Well,
Papa
you could
John's
Google
website and
that.
see. I'm going to create a pizza at Papa John's. I'm not going to order it. I'm just going to trick them. Be like, suckers.
Suckers.
Because they didn't
tested.
sponsor you.
Exactly. If Papa
That's
John's
right.
sponsored me, maybe.
We will eat a Papa John's pizza happily on our podcast if you give it to us free.
Like, it knows I'm trying to mess with it now because it won't even let me try until I sign in.
I would rub it on my naked body if it were given to us free.
Be like, see this pizza? I don't know if they would really pay for that, though. They
I was
might.
going to say
it
that would
might
lose them
business.
I'm
Yes.
almost certain of that.
Add and customize this random pizza and see what I can do.
They probably
with
have both.
olives.
Was it Papa John's or I don't know? Well,
No,
maybe Pizza
just
Hut.
black, just
The
black.
bacon pizza?
No, were you
Bacon is
actually,
delicious on pizza. What's wrong with you?
No, you're thinking of is that Little Caesars that did the
That
bacon
was Little
pizza?
Caesars, yeah. Who made
Yeah,
the
which is-
bacon wrapped pizza?
I didn't. Wait, what?
Oh,
Wait.
Google that. Yeah, Google that right now.
Bacon wrapped pizza.
Basically, like instead of crust, they just wrap bacon around the edges of this creation and throw dough and sauce and pepperoni and cheese in the middle of it.
There's a guy
think
named
it's
Angry
deep dish,
Grandpa
though,
who
right?
talks about it
Yeah, it's
apparently.
deep dish. Yep.
See, and I would just buy it because I like deep dish pizza.
Everything about that pizza sounds awesome. And super unhealthy, by the way.
It looks.
Well, I mean, you're not eating pizza for
Phenomenal.
health, hopefully. So
Right.
Oh
right.
my! I want one right now so bad.
Jeff, your face is off camera.
I don't
right
care. I'm looking at bacon pizza.
now. The Little Caesars deep dish bacon pizza.
2,200 calorie. Hold on.
per bite. Per bite.
There's something called foodversus.com that is showing the healthy junk food 2200 calorie versus the Little Caesars 3600 calorie. I want to know what this is now.
Well, whatever I saw was just literally like a deep dish pizza, which is wrapped in bacon.
Did you get it yet?
I see. It says it's 450 calories per slice. It's like a rectangular pizza, right, Mike? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's deep dish.
Yeah, I see it.
So can they really tell you it's 450 calories per slice? Because I'm looking at this thing right now, and there's some of those corner pieces that get double edge of bacon.
Well, it's on average, probably.
Yeah, I think it's an average.
Those tricky bastards.
That's
Nothing
good for
about
Little
that pizza
Caesars.
screams health, so
Yeah,
Just-
I like that though. They're stepping up their game. Because I can't say the last time I wanted a Little Caesars pizza.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would love a Little Caesars pizza.
I also love Little Caesars pizza.
What?
There's $5 pizzas.
Yeah, they were $5 out the door. Like
Oh,
you couldn't go wrong with that. And they actually put one in the DC area relatively recently, like last year. So to be able to get a 5.55 pizza out the door in DC or just outside of DC is freaking insane.
yeah, if you want crappy pizza for cheap, then yeah, Little Caesars. is
That's
your
what Papa
go-to.
John's is as well.
Yeah.
But I love Papa John's pizza. I think it tastes delicious. It
I don't
doesn't
think
matter if the
Papa John's
owner is
not
like
nearly as
a
cheap
horrible
as
person.
Little Caesars, as far as taste, they've got better ingredients, better pizza.
Papa John's.
How can you just say it there?
You son of a bitch.
They are trying so hard to get advertising dollars generated.
Well, you know what was funny is they just basically coined Domino's as a tech firm for having their ingenious way to like order pizza now.
Yeah.
Domino's is doing a lot of things.
Domino's is doing a lot of things right, that's for sure. But what
Right.
is their ingenious way of ordering pizza? They have an app that you can order pizza with on your phone, just like everybody freaking else. I don't understand how that's making them a tech firm.
Talk to it.
Well, that's the way Domino's is making money because Domino's was almost dead and gone like 5 years ago.
Right. Oh, I
Domino's has
remember.
the best pepperoni. Just throwing that out there.
I think it was Pizza Hut where they actually had an app where they would bring like a tablet, and they would have a picture of like several different kinds of ingredients, and it's supposed to predict what you would want to order by you looking at the picture and your eyes naturally going to certain items, and then it says, "Oh, you looked at like bacon for a half a second longer, so that's probably what you want on your pizza." Sounds really gimmicky to me, but
That's entertaining.
yeah,
I don't know. I just know I have never done the Domino's. Well, in fact, we just talked about Domino's was almost dead and gone 5 years ago. I have not ordered a Domino's pizza in that 5 years. However, I know that Domino's was almost gone and now is kind of on the comeback trail.
They've changed a lot of things about the way that they do pizza.
Yeah.
There's
Right.
no question
I
about that.
remember, like when I was, I don't know, 10, 25 years ago at this point, like Domino's was sort of like Little Caesars now, except they were overpriced. Like we just talked about the $5 pizzas out the door and how they kind of taste crappy, but they're cheap. That was Domino's, except they were $12 and you had to wait a half hour to get them delivered.
And
So-
Domino's, for some reason,
No.
went at one point on the whole thin crust. Like, thin crust was where they thought it was going to be, and they literally were like cardboard thin crust pizzas.
It was crappy pizza.
Yeah. Nobody
But
wanted
didn't
that.
Domino's also have like the 15 minutes or it's free
It was 30
until like people
It was
started
a
dying?
half hour. And
yeah.
then, by the way, that backfired on them because people started having traffic accidents because they were
Yeah.
driving so fast trying to deliver the pizza on
And the
time.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles got free pizza for.
And they had
Tried
that Noid who was always
Yeah, to avoid.
things.
Yeah.
Avoid the
You
noise.
had to avoid that guy
Uh,
for sure.
I really wonder what their pizza tastes like now, because
I haven't had it.
it looks really good on TV. The commercials and stuff I see now, I'm like, huh, their pizza looks pretty good. I don't
Yeah.
even know if there's a Domino's out here by me, though. I see the commercials all the time. It's like Sonic. Like, let's just advertise in an area we don't actually exist in for 20 years and build up the hype.
By the way, like now that you mentioned Sonic, my wife went to high school in Houston, Texas, in that area. And that was sort of like their high school hangout was like the Sonic, you know. And we got one in the Flint area before we moved down, like towards Ann Arbor, where we are now. And she was super excited because Sonic, you know, that was their high school
There's one in
hangout.
Flint?
She was telling me how they have like
Oh,
good burgers and good fries, good tater tots, like all this stuff. We went to the one in Flint. It was absolute garbage. Like,
Yeah, I was gonna say Sonic was a huge disappointment because I watched those commercials for years, thinking
mhm.
I can't wait to try this, and then it came, and I was like, this was not worth it. It
well,
was
the first one they put in was over between Novi and it was right outside of the Novi area because I remember it was where I used to live.
Like Farmington Hills.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And the line when it first opened up for the first month was like an hour and a half long at all times.
And that was
So
the
I
same-
never went and tried it because I was like, I ain't waiting in the line. I'm not that dumb. Like I want Sonic, but I don't want Sonic that badly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's you know, it's a case of she clearly put more value on that Sonic because of nostalgic reasons than
Well, that might not be true. You can't guarantee that. It could have had good food.
I can because I tasted the food and it was crappy.
But it could have had good food at the one in
Just that
Houston.
time. Yeah.
It could have been a different like manufacturer, different distributor.
It's
different
fast food. Like how
way they
good
cooked
could
it.
really be?
Well, I mean, like it's every single time I go back to Michigan, back to the States, I get Taco Bell, and every single time I'm like, yeah.
Taco Bell is just worse and worse as the years
They're
go
just
on
the same.
though.
Well, is that really true?
Yes.
Or was Taco Bell just like not
No,
great
my
Mexican food?
5-layer
Never
burrito
was.
now literally consists of two of the
Four
5
layers.
layers are shell. It's like shell, and then we put another shell on the inside, and that's another layer. It's like they're not nearly as big. They're way smaller.
They cut
have
way back
worse
on
quality
ingredients.
ingredients.
You're
It's
When was the last time you had a McDonald's burger? Just a regular burger. Those things are
Yes.
like, they're so small now.
From
It's almost like you're
McDonald's?
just eating bread.
Right, they're all crappy, which is
Everything's
why like
scaled back.
I just don't like how the dollar menu is no longer the dollar menu. It's like the dollar menu and up is what they call it. And I don't even think there's anything on there that costs $1 anymore except for like the original hamburger.
Hmm.
and that's probably the reason why all these like secret burgers and stuff are popping up on all these menus and stuff like that, like the McGangbang. If you guys,
Wait, what's the McGangbang?
oh yeah. So you order a double cheeseburger, and by the way, like most fast food restaurants nowadays have this like secret menu that you can
Yeah.
Google and find and order stuff.
Wait, what? I'm
don't think so.
I'm so confused. You
Oh,
have to
yeah.
explain this because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, so most restaurants, it started with, what's the one
Was
in
it the-
Vegas?
Okay, remember the
Uh,
Daily Double that we had at McDonald's
In-N-Out
way back
burger.
in the day?
In-N-Out
Yeah.
is so good.
Yeah, In-N-Out. Well, In-N-Out has always had like a secret menu that their repeat customers kind of come to know, and they can order all these weird sandwiches that are not on the menu, but everyone who works at In-N-Out Burger knows that if you order this certain thing, they know what it is, even though it's not on the menu because it's like a secret menu item. And
I don't
so,
buy this. I don't buy this.
oh,
I've
it's
seen it
absolutely
BuzzFeed
true.
100
No, the
times.
In-N-Out burger,
It's
that's true.
absolutely
I've
true.
heard that. That is true. I'll back you
It's
up.
absolutely true. Yeah.
Have you done it?
And me personally on In-N-Out Burger, no, because it's a West Coast thing, and I almost never eat In-N-Out
So
Burger.
how do you know that it's
in
an
Vegas.
actual thing?
Because I know people who live out there.
So I just looked up secret fast food menu items and literally came to a place called hackthemenu.com.
Yeah,
And
well, it's a huge thing now. It really is.
there is lots of
I think it might be like a regional kind of menu where like it's comes up often enough, but it's probably not like it's not like McDonald's. We all worked at McDonald's. There wasn't a secret menu per se, but we probably all knew like
So-
this is an often asked one.
Well, so this is something. Do you remember when we started working? Well, when I started working there, the Daily Double Do you remember what the Daily Double was? And it was like the hamburger, but it had mayonnaise and lettuce and the
Right.
quarter pounder onions and all that stuff on it. It was just a different way to make that sandwich. It
Mhm.
existed as the Daily Double as an option on the register, but there was no advertisements for it anywhere. For a
Right.
long time, it was there before they actually took it off the computer system. I wonder if that's the type of hacks that these things are supposed to be.
Well, this
I,
is.
go ahead.
Go ahead, Mark.
I was gonna say that's not like a hack. That's something that we used to make, and you still have the materials to make the exact same item. It's just that it got taken down. What Mike's talking about is something like, well, everybody knows that we use a quarter pounder meat on a Big Mac, and we all call it the Core Mac. So if you go to any McDonald's, you say, I want the Core Mac, they'll make it that way. I don't really think that exists throughout like a chain. I think maybe at a couple restaurants, maybe it's like a local thing, but not like a secret menu.
On Okay, I'm willing to bet you that on In-N-Out Burger, if we Google that, they definitely are known for this secret menu
And
thing.
by the way, Mark, it's not called the Quarter Mac. It's called the McKinley Mac. The McKinley Mac burger is one of McDonald's more
Ooh.
famous secret menu items. The reason is because of all the extra protein included. In addition to the Big Mac standard toppings, the McKinley Mac burger includes quarter pounder meat patties.
I just made it up off the top of my head. So, so
That
yeah,
is
just
the
coincidence.
that's the
but
McKinley
Right. So
Mac.
when you're talking about these like secret menu items, McDonald's definitely has a lot of them, which is why I'm talking about a McGangbang, and I can guarantee that Mark or Brian or Jeff or whoever is Googling this is going to find it, and they're going to describe it the exact way that I'm going to tell you that it's made.
I'm looking for the gangbang right now on the site, but
Oh, I
But I
found
mean,
it.
like,
Got it.
so, I'm not saying that you can't find it, but if you drive up to, let's say, your McDonald's and say, "Hey, I want a McGangbang," they'll probably
you
like,
might
call
end up in
police.
jail as opposed to
Right.
getting some
No, no, no.
food.
And,
Can you
What?
describe the McGangbang? Because this is great. The
yeah, oh
description
no, I absolutely will. What the McGangbang is the you order a double cheeseburger and a McChicken, and you split the double cheeseburger in half and basically put the McChicken in the middle and close it on top of it and eat it all together as
That is
one.
great. I want to go there just to get a McGangbang right now.
So it's $2.12 for the McGangbang.
Right,
Is
for
it-
the
great
awesome
deal.
sandwich ever.
Wasn't that just the price of like the hamburger and the chicken sandwich?
You guys didn't just hear what I did, but so apparently the McGangbang is popular at UrbanDictionary.com. And therefore, the Urban Dictionary has the audio thing where you can click to listen to how it's pronounced. So I just
It's also
clicked,
called the McBacon.
I just clicked on it, and it's a bunch of like children going, or a bunch of people just going McGangbang.
But so, In-N-Out Burger is totally like credited for this like secret menu phenomenon that's going on all the restaurants, because In-N-Out Burger is sort of synonymous with being they do not expand. Like it takes them forever to open a new restaurant. They're huge on the West Coast. They could very easily spread all over the country and have a following everywhere. But it takes them like years and years and years to open a new restaurant. They're just super slow in spreading. And they have all these secret menu items that they want to make their regular customers like feel like they're in an inclusive sort of group, like Facebook. You know, it's the same reason that Facebook spread, because they felt exclusive. It's the same kind of thing. But with In-N-Out Burger, there's actually all these things that every restaurant knows how to make. You can, whereas McDonald's, like this McGangbang, is not something you could go and actually order and everyone would know how to make it. But In-N-Out Burger, there's all these different things you could go not on the menu and order, and every location would know how to make.
See, this website is amazing. I want to go to all these places and ask for all of these things. Like this is crazy. I'd never heard of this before. How did I work at McDonald's for 9 years and never really know about
Well, because they didn't really exist until semi-recently when In-N-Out Burgers started gaining popularity for having all these secret menu items.
Well, I think it's mostly like sites like BuzzFeed creating buzz for In-N-Out Burger
Who do we
by,
still know that works at
by
McDonald's?
making.
We got to get a hold of them and find
Christina,
out.
does Christina still work there?
Yeah, Christina
Yes.
works. Didn't
Which
you just say she was a manager or something, like a regional
who are
manager?
you talking about?
Christina
Guys.
Divers.
No, she remember she went and moved to Florida. I told you that. She went
She's
to
back.
She's back. Is she working at McDonald's again though?
Well, I
She was
guess I
down
don't know.
here? Did you
What
say
about
that?
Jerry Sam Tam Phony Mony?
He might be. Jerry might be there.
He probably still works at McDonald's.
We got
need
some
to-
people. We got some resources we can tap. We got to
Yeah, we
find
need
this
to
out.
check this out.
What about Julie? Does she still work
I
there?
don't know. She went to nursing school, so she should be done with nursing school by now. And I hope she didn't still work there after nursing school.
There's somebody still there, I guess.
Yeah, we got to find somebody who still works at McDonald's and ask them if they know what a McGangbang is.
Gosh.
Be like, I just want to go up to somebody that I know and look them dead in the face and just be like, "Hey, it's great to see you. I haven't seen you in so long. Can I get a McGangbang, please?" And just sit there in like silence and see what happens.
By the way, I should probably give credit. I'm pretty sure the first time I ever heard about this variation of a McDonald's secret menu item was probably on White Dad Problems. It's a podcast you can find on iTunes. They're very, very funny.
And they can sponsor us as well.
Yeah.
It's-
But I'm pretty sure that the first time I ever heard that talked about was on there. But I know like the In-N-Out Burger stuff I talked about is like totally like I did not hear about that on there. Like that's an actual thing. Like they're known for that.
That's crazy. Now looking at like the Burger King secret menus, there's Panera secret menus, there's Sonic secret menus.
Like everywhere has secret menus now, and it's totally an In-N-Out Burger based thing. I'm almost willing to bet that that was the original thing was the In-N-Out Burger secret menu, and everybody just sort of picked up on it.
So what if we just made a secret restaurant? It's a place that on the
I don't think it
front,
would. Well,
it's gonna be like
Well-
a dry cleaner on the outside, but those who know will know that they can come up and get the better than the McGangbang sandwich.
They actually have those like in some places. Like still, they have speakeasies that are sort of hidden entrances, and it makes it like that exclusive feel. That
I would
those
do it.
still do exist.
I went to a hidden
There's a
restaurant in
couple
New York
flappers
City,
in the back.
and that's the whole idea is like trying to find the restaurant, and then once
Right.
you find it, that's like the whole game.
Because it usually has crappy food. Nobody really cares.
I don't know.
Nobody's in there. Like the cooks are just sitting in the front going, God, I hope we get a customer today. I hope
And
somebody
they can
smart
way
enough to find
overcharge
this
because
place."
like yeah, the whole part of the game is finding the place so they can charge $25 for a crappy ribeye steak.
Yeah.
That would be entertaining.
Well, I am disappointed I didn't know about this because I actually had Chick-fil-A today. Chick-fil-A is wonderful. That's big down here. They have a buffalo chicken sandwich, and I love buffalo chicken. And I didn't know. You can get the spicy chicken and ask for buffalo sauce to be added to it, and it's just that sounds
Yeah.
amazing.
But
You
I
could
was,
just ask for it anyways, though.
I was gonna say,
Without-
I don't.
They don't make. There's no buffalo advertised anywhere. There's nothing buffalo about on their menu.
So what? Why would they have buffalo sauce
I don't
there? I guess it's like McDonald's. Like that's kind of weird though, because we had
Because
tubs of
everywhere-
barbecue sauce for a long time out of McRib season. That I guess you could make like barbecue chicken or barbecue sandwiches at all times that we never.
I mean, what do you mean? Like we had barbecue sauce? We had the packets.
No. We had
Barbecue sauce.
tubs of it, like
There was always the
Olive-
spray guns.
olive oil tubs of barbecue sauce.
Right. But it's not like somebody asked for that kind of barbecue sauce that you would take out that bottle and
But like somebody could ask for like the barbecue quarter pounder. People like barbecue burgers. Like they love barbecue burgers with a couple onion rings thrown on top. You know, that's a very classic, sandwich.
Right. And
If
we
so-
always had that.
yeah, if somebody asked for something like that, you could easily make it for them. Never even thought about it. Like,
In fact, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure that was like always available, right? And it was never advertised.
yeah, I mean, I can't say always available because I don't think we ordered barbecue sauce year round, but we ordered it during McRib season. But we always just had like either jugs of it left, or it still came months after the
It
McRibs were
was
gone.
always hanging around. I
Yeah.
always remember having barbecue sauce.
Well, no, okay. I'm not saying that you couldn't. We didn't have it around, but I would think that our like the owner of our store wouldn't want us to put free barbecue stuff on burgers.
Would
Remember,
they
like
rather us just let the barbecue sauce go bad in the back as it sits there for
well,
8
weird.
months?
It was weird because like I remember specifically at our McDonald's, we were told that when someone asked for the 10 cents extra slice of cheese for their fillet of fish, because it originally comes with a half slice of cheese, that you're only supposed to give them another half slice of cheese. And I was really upset because I was like,
No,
they paid
no,
for the
you
same
definitely
amount
were always
of
supposed to
cheese.
give them 1.5 slices of cheese if they asked for an extra piece with their
I was
fillet of
told that
fish.
I was told if they asked for extra cheese, you're supposed to give them only one slice of
You were
cheese.
told by a monster.
I was told by a monster.
Yeah, they got rid of that a long time ago, though. The fillet of fish doesn't even come. Why would you ever make a sandwich that came with a half a slice of cheese? What a horrible, like, thing to do. But now they come with, like, well, at least last time I worked there, it was bigger fish, a full slice of cheese. It was more like it should be.
I feel like in a very recent upcoming episode, we all need to eat a McGangbang on the air.
We should all, that could be our experience of going and explaining what happened when we went and asked for a McGangbang. Whoever ended up
Yeah,
in jail, whose bail cost the most money, like, to get them out.
might be a little
I-
bit more confusing. Something
Mm,
said,
mm-mm.
big gangbang kudasai.
Could we like lay odds on if we go through the drive-through and ask for a McGangbang, how many of us actually get what we're going for?
Without having to explain it?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like what are the odds? Like
I would say 50-50, because apparently this
Mark
being
is
so
not gonna
popular
get
in
it,
Urban
probably.
Dictionary.
I'm hoping I'm not going to get it. That
Like,
would be amazing.
yeah,
Do you have McDonald's
probably
near you in
Mark is
Japan?
gonna
Yeah,
have
we
no
have McDonald's.
success.
Yeah, Mark's definitely limited success. I'd go
I
50,
feel
maybe
like-
even 75% of the four of us. I would guess that 3 of us would get it, and Mark would not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like in the States, I feel like we got a fairly good shot at least 50%.
It would also depend on the whoever's at the register. If they're younger, they might, understand. If you get like, a 40-year-old at the register, they might just
But they're-
stare at you.
But the 40-year-old at the register is going to turn to the grill. Do you know what a McGangbang is? And this
Yeah,
is
we
going to
did
be
last night.
I feel like we need to do this experiment.
I will try. Is there?
Yeah,
There's a
the
Checkers
problem-
right by me.
The
there a
problem is you're
Checkers?
gonna walk up and get like a 17-year-old girl, and you're like, "Hey, can I get a McGangbang?" And then you're gonna get arrested.
Yeah, ending up in jail is part of the it comes with the territory.
If I have to spend $50 on bail for the podcast to be successful, I'm willing to do that.
Oh damn it! There's no Chick-fil-A, or excuse me, no Checkers on this list.
Their fries, by the way, are the greatest. Why don't we just talk about fast food? Like, Checkers/Rally's has the best fries of any fast food ever.
I think they're okay. I think they have really good value menu items. Like their 2 for $4 chicken sandwiches and burgers. I think they're really good burgers for
Yeah, I
fast
think-
food burgers.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Maybe that only comes from I worked at McDonald's for so long that they're normal, but like their
At
double
McDonald's, like everything's
well,
kind of
double cheeseburger at McDonald's. That's not a double cheeseburger in anybody's book. It's like less than a normal patty still, even with 2 of them put together.
unless you stuff a McChicken in the middle of
That's
it.
true. That's true.
Then it's a McGangbang. It's awesome.
Let me tell you though, the worst thing about McDonald's is probably the actual meat for their burger. Every once in a while, McDonald's has a promotion in Japan where they actually sell really expensive burgers, like $10
Where
burgers.
they use real meat.
Yeah, well, they use premium
The rat
stuff like
saved for another
avocado
day.
and like really good ingredients. And
I
my wife
love
and I
avocado on burgers.
bought it.
Guac on burger is delicious.
We bought the $10 burger and we tasted it, and we both had the exact same thoughts. Like all the ingredients except for the patty tasted delicious, but as soon as you touched like the patty, you could tell like this is just crappy burger. Like this is like just like the cheapest meat you could ever buy. But the rest of it's really great. So it sort of makes me think like if McDonald's just changed their meat, you go from, maybe not the cheapest meat in the world to the second cheapest meat in the world. Maybe that would bring people back to McDonald's. Well, more than.
It's kind of weird because it's like McDonald's was, because originally there was like the big three. You have McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's. And you got McDonald's known for, McDonald's known for this like small hamburger, but the quarter pounder is like your normal burger. You got Wendy's is known for the square burgers. And then you got Burger King because they were known for the flame broiled burgers. And at this point in the game, you would think somebody wants to give way because what's the point of Wendy's making square burgers? Are they cheaper?
They don't cut corners.
They don't cut corners, that is true. But that's more Lito's Pizza, right? Isn't that what that advertisement is for, Lito's Pizza?
No, well, at Wendy's, like what was the guy's name? Dave Thomas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the motto. They say at Wendy's our burgers are square because we don't cut corners.
I feel like they either stole or other people stole that
I'm
slogan
sure that
long ago.
I don't think anybody has like a trademark on that phrase. Maybe.
But
that was like their whole sales pitch. I do remember that.
I like Halo Burgers the best. Halo Burgers in
no
Michigan.
No one outside of Flint, Michigan is going to know what a Halo Burger is.
Well,
right.
No, that's
I know
not
they've
true.
moved to Oakland County ever since George bought them, but still.
They have a Halo Burger in Brighton now,
Yeah.
where I live. So
Yeah, they
they're
do.
expanding way south towards Ann Arbor now.
Their Boston coolers are amazing. If we're going to talk about them, let's just...
Yeah, seriously, like I could praise Halo Burger for their onion rings and their chocolate shakes. Like,
Oh, and the real beef.
yeah,
Like, it
seriously,
tastes like
if you want
a
to get a
frozen
burger
patty.
from a fast food restaurant, Halo Burger is a good option.
But their motto was 7 days without Halo Burger makes a week.
Makes 1 week.
Makes
yes.
makes 1 week.
So, but you'd think of one of these days, McDonald's is going to either increase their burger size, Wendy's is going to start making round burgers. So something's going to give. There's no reason to go with this convention of what makes you different anymore because there's so many differences with the fast food chains now. There's so much more competition. You'd think you'd be going more for what do people want as opposed to just what makes us different than you because people want us both similarly. And I'm really shocked that McDonald's still has those piece of crap patties. Like, it doesn't make sense. Why would you still want the patty that's this small? Is it really selling that well? Calling it
Like,
the double
yeah.
cheeseburger?
I think
If it
it's-
wasn't selling that well, they would change it.
I
I
don't
think
know.
it's-
I don't know about that. I think
That's a staple of McDonald's. They can't do away with that. I mean, over 100 billion sold or whatever every sign used to say, right? Like, they can't...
but that was 99 billion. But wasn't that for burgers?
Burgers. It was burgers.
But they don't even sell burgers much anymore. It's double cheeseburgers are like the closest to burger that you come.
So now they get 2 every time they sell one.
Yeah, I was gonna say
That's true. That's true.
But, like,
Yeah.
if you look at McDonald's, they've changed so much. Think of McDonald's 20 years ago till now. They're changing.
when I first started.
They have cucumbers, they have guacamole, they have, like, all these fresh ingredients.
They have
and
cucumbers.
they have those little wraps.
Well, let's
They're
not
just
go
wraps
crazy.
that are just not advertised.
Let's not call them fresh ingredients.
To have a cucumber is like that's pretty high class for McDonald's.
What do they have cucumbers for?
They had them in their wraps.
Salad?
Their new Go wraps that they got.
I haven't
Yeah,
seen
but
the
they,
new Go
they used
wraps.
to have Go Wraps before. Like,
But, like-
something similar to it.
I'm just saying they've they didn't even used to have like the gourmet coffee, and now they're a huge contender with Starbucks.
Gourmet coffees.
Yeah,
They
I'm
have
surprised.
changed
I'm
drastically.
surprised they went after that market, and they amazingly succeeded.
I was
I
gonna
just
say their
thought-
coffee is horrible.
I walked into a store today, and they're actually selling it. It was Target, I think, and they had it in the store. McCafe coffee. You could just buy it, and I never thought I'd see anything like that.
Yeah, you gotta
I
agree though. Starbucks does not have that good of coffee either. I worked at Starbucks as well, and the drip coffee was not that good.
No.
But Starbucks drip coffee is head and shoulders ahead of McDonald's coffee.
I don't think
McDonald's coffee is horrible.
I don't think I've had McDonald's coffee since they switched over to their new coffee scene. I'm all about their old pots of coffee. I remember it used to be the franchise owner used to come in and get upset with us when people would complain about the coffee tasting like it was old. And he used to straight up say, the franchise owner said, look, if this coffee passes its expiration time, he's like, I don't want you to try to save a buck and keep it. He's like, pitch it and make a new pot. It cost me about 30 cents. I'm going to live if you keep wasting the coffee. Like, that's exactly what the franchise owner said. And I was like, holy crap, like, that's awesome. But that type of coffee, that old, like, 30-cent a pot coffee, I think is delicious. It's the fancy coffees I can't stand. Seattle's Best, Starbucks, like, I haven't tried McDonald's, but from what you're saying, it tastes like garbage. Like,
I think the McDonald's ones, the McCafes, are fine. I mean, I don't really think that Starbucks is any better. I mean, if you just drink the coffee at Starbucks without any of the coffee, like creamer and sugar and stuff like that, it tastes very similar to the McCafe, just like anywhere else, like Dunkin' Donuts. But if you get Starbucks, you can get creamer, sugar, and all the other crud that you get with it.
I could not disagree with Mark's statement more. Like, McDonald's coffee is awful to me, and I drink coffee like it's my job. Like, I literally drink a pot and a half a day, like on average.
Yeah, but this is coming from the guy.
McDonald's coffee to me is horrible. Like, I'd much rather not drink coffee than have McDonald's.
Pepsi and Coke. Definitively, I like Coke better. And then you try it. So I mean, I'm not gonna hold you to your word.
I guess we should have a taste test of McDonald's coffee and Starbucks, but I don't know. To me, like, every time I've ever had McDonald's coffee, I've regretted going through the drive-thru to get it.
When was the last time you had a Starbucks coffee without creamer or sugar or anything like that? Just the coffee?
Well, it's fairly recently, because I, generally speaking, every Wednesday night go through Starbucks and get a coffee with no cream or sugar.
Okay.
But McDonald's, I don't know the last time I had a McDonald's coffee, I guess. No, like, you know, in all honesty, like, the last time I had a McDonald's coffee, I don't really remember when that was. It's been a while, because every time I get it, I'm so wildly disappointed and think it tastes horrible.
Because the McCafes, they're like made on the spot every single time. I think, right?
I don't know about their straight drip coffee.
I'll try it. This next Wednesday, instead of going to Starbucks, I'll go to McDonald's and I'll get a coffee. And
you're like, man, this tastes like $4 less expensive.
Well, it wouldn't be $4 less expensive, but maybe
I don't know how much.
But
probably $2 less expensive.
Way to get the wrapping up, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed.
All right, Brian. Thank you for coming on the show. Finally.
Thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure.
We'll have to have you.
Everybody out there in podcast world, thank you for listening. Check us out, wdwk@gmail.com for email.
wdwkpodcast@gmail.com would be
that's
more likely to get to us.
And find us on Twitter @WDWK Podcast, and Facebook. You can search the same thing and let us know what you think we can do better and all that jazz.
Though I recently learned that Facebook would be a little bit different. What Do We Know is our Facebook page, apparently, as opposed to WDWK Podcast.
I thought it was still Facebook.com/WDWK Podcast.
That brings you to Harry Johnson.
Cool.
Oh. All right, well, find us.
Long story, guys. We'll explain it later.
Don't look at that, man.
Bye, everybody.
Whenever I answer the phone, I'm like, hello.
What pissed you off?
It's a great argument to have.
I love my mom, but I think she's half crazy for doing that.
How dare you?
Do you work with your girlfriend, Mark? Or your wife?
I keep them separated. Sometimes I call people, they don't answer the phone. I'm like,
Wrong number, click.
Well, he's not that smart, but sometimes he sounds like he knows what he's doing.
yeah.
Go.
Therefore, you're an ass, and I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Yeah, but what do we know?